Namaste. I, Nitika Chapal, Assistant Professor, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Today our topic is colloidal dispersion in physical pharmaceutics. Second, dispersion system. What are dispersion system? It is defined as a heterogeneous two-phase system in which internal phase is distributed or dispersed throughout the external phase. Internal phase is also termed as dispersed phase, while external phase is known as continuous phase or dispersion medium. The internal and external phase may be solid, liquid, and gases. The particles of dispersed phase may range in size from particles of atomic and molecular dimensions to particles whose size is measured in millimeters. Now, what are the classification and general characteristics of dispersion system? Dispersion systems on the basis of dispersed particle size are categorized in three phases. The first one is molecular dispersion, the second one is colloidal dispersion, and the third one is force dispersion. First one, in molecular dispersion, the particle size ranges from less than 1 nanometer, means they are in very small size. They are in very small size. So particles are invisible to naked eyes, not seen by electron microscope. The particles can pass through filter paper and semi-permeable membrane. Particles undergo diffusion. Particles do not settle down in the bottom of the phase. For example, sugar in water, NaCl in water, oxygen in water, glycerine in water, they produce molecular dispersion. In colloidal dispersion, particle size between 1 nanometer to 0.5 micrometer, it ranges. It ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. Particles not detected by ordinary microscope. In this, particles can be seen by electron or ultra microscope. In this, particles can pass through filter paper. In this system, particles cannot pass through semi-permeable membrane, and in this system, particles diffuse very slowly. Particles settle down under high centrifugation. So this type of system is called as colloidal dispersion. And examples of these type of systems are colloidal gold, protein insulin, cheese milk, paint, jelly, etc. And in coarse dispersion, there are particle size greater than 0.5 micrometer, means it is higher than 1000 nanometer, means the particle size are very large. Particles are visible under ordinary and also under electron or ultra microscope. If we see particles, they cannot pass through ordinary filter paper. Particles do not dialyze through semi-permeable membrane, and particles do not diffuse. Particles settle down very down due to gravity. They normally and easily settle down. For example, sand in water, emulsion, suspension, red blood cells are the examples of colloidal dispersions. No, the example of coarse dispersion. In colloidal dispersion is a heterogeneous system which is made up of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The particle size of dispersed phase ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000, which we know in our characterization system, right? Dispersed phase can be defined as the very fine particle dispersed in the solution, while dispersion medium can be defined as the solution in which the substances or fine particles are uniformly distributed or dispersed, we can say. In case of dust, solid particles are dispersed in air as a dispersion medium. It is an example of a colloidal dispersion. Now, what are the types of colloidal dispersion? On the basis of physical state of dispersed phase, that the dispersed phase has which physical state and dispersion medium, colloidal dispersion are classified into 8 different categories. Now, what are the 8 different categories? They are various types. First one is foam, second one is solid foam, third one is liquid aerosol, fourth one is emulsions, fifth one is gels, sixth one is solid aerosols, Seventh one is soul, which are also called as colloidal suspension. Seventh one is soul. Eighth one is solid soul, which are also called as solid suspension. Now, for example, if we take dispersed phase as solid and dispersion medium as solid, then the type of colloidal dispersion that is formed is solid soul. For example, pearls, gemstone, pigmented plastics, etc. If we take solid as dispersed phase and liquid as dispersion medium, the type of colloidal system or dispersion that is formed is soul. For example, paste, ink, paint, gold, etc. If we take solid as dispersed phase and gas as dispersion medium, then the colloidal dispersion that is formed is solid aerosol. For example, smoke, dust. If we take liquid as a dispersed phase and solid as a dispersion medium, then the colloidal dispersion that is formed is gel. For example, butter, cheese, which we eat in our daily lives. For example, and others are jellies, which children's also like. Then liquid, if we take liquid as a dispersed phase and liquid as a dispersion medium, then it is formed emulsion. For example, milk, which we take in our daily life every day. So, and some like very much the milk, and other one is rubber, cream, lotion, etc. Third, if we take liquid as a dispersed phase and liquid gas as a dispersion medium, then the type of colloidal system that is formed is liquid aerosol. For example, mist, fog, dust, hairspray. And if we take gas as a dispersed phase and dispersion medium as solid, then the type of colloidal system that is formed is solid foam. For example, pumic stone, sponge, silica gel. If we take gas as a dispersed phase and liquid as a dispersion medium, then the system that is formed is foam. For example, soap, beer, lemonade, whipped cream, froth. These are the examples. If we take gas as a dispersed phase and gas as a dispersion medium, then the type of dispersion that is formed is nothing. Then we take gas as a dispersed phase and gas in the dispersion medium, then it doesn't exist because gases are completely miscible into each other. So they can't form a colloidal system. So there is no formation of any type of colloidal system, because when the dispersion medium is gas and the dispersed phase is gas, it does not form any system and it does not exist. Okay. Now, what are the types of sols? Depending upon the liquid used, there are four types of sols. For example, first one is aquasol or hydrosol. Second one is benzasol. Now, the third one is alkosol, and the fourth one is organosol. When the dispersion medium is liquid and the colloidal dispersion is and the dispersed phase is also liquid, then the dispersion medium or dispersion system which is formed is known as sol. In aquasol, when water is used as dispersion medium, that is called as aquasol. But when benzene is used as dispersion medium, then it is called as benzasol. And in alkosol, what happens when we use alcohol as a dispersion medium, that it is called as alkosol. And in the fourth form, when we use any organic compound as a dispersion medium, then it is called as organosol. Aerosol, when gas is used as dispersion medium, the solution is called aerosol. Okay. Now, size and shape of colloidal particles. What are the size and shape of colloidal particles? Firstly, we see what are the particle size. The color of colloidal dispersion affected by the size of the particle present in it. If the particle in a red gold sol are large in size, then the dispersion occurs shows blue color. And if anytime antimony and arsenic trisulfide are in the particles, then the color is red color. On decreasing particle size, then it becomes yellow in color. Based on the size of dispersed phase, there are three types of dispersion medium. For example, molecular dispersion, colloidal dispersion, and coarse dispersion. In molecular dispersion, the particle size is less than 1 nanometer, which we discussed earlier. In colloidal dispersion, the particle size ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. In coarse dispersion, the particle size is higher than 1000 nanometer. In a solution, the size of a colloidal particle can be calculated by two methods: calculating the volume of the particle in a given number with the help of an ultra microscope by analyzing the dispersed phase concentration. If m is the total amount of dispersed phase reversal, n is the number of particles per ml of Sol, and d is the density of dispersed phase, then the volume of a single particle can be calculated by the formula, which is V equals to m upon nd. If particles are assumed to be cube shaped, then V equals to L to the power 3, and where L is the length of one side of a cube. Okay, then the formula will be L to the power 3 equals to m upon n by d. In spherical shape, it is V equals to 4 divided by 3 pi r to the power 3, where r is the radius of particle. Okay, because of their size, colloidal particles may be separated from different particles by technique of separation called dialysis. Now we study about what are the particle shapes of colloidal system or colloidal dispersion. The shape of colloidal particle is also important because it depends on the preparation methods and particle affinity to the dispersion medium. The colloidal color is also influenced by the shape of colloidal particles. For example, gold particles, they are of two types, and matlab means they are in two shapes. First one is spherical and the second one is disc shape. In spherical shape, it is of red color, and disc shape, it is of blue color. Particle shape is also related to pharmacological action. Importance of colloidal shape: the more extended particles, the greater its specific surface and the greater opportunity for attractive forces to be developed between particles of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Now, shape of colloidal particles may affect the properties, and the properties are flow of particles, sedimentation rate, osmotic pressure. These three properties that affect by the particle size. Now, shapes of some colloidal particles, they are of globular shape. For example, in surfactant, poliomyelitis, in this, the shape of the colloidal particles are spheres and globules. And in some shapes like some microorganisms, serum albumin, microcrystalline cellulose, in this, they are in short rods and prelate epilobes. And in sometime it is present in long rods and threads, and somewhere it is present in loosely coiled threads, and somewhere it is present in branch thread, for example in cellulose and asbestos. Now, classification of colloids. What are the classification of colloids? Depending upon the nature of the interaction between the dispersion medium and the dispersed phase, colloid can be classified as three categories. First one is lipophilic colloids, second one is lipophobic colloids, third one is association colloids. Now, what is the meaning of lipophilic? Lipophilic means, lipo means liquid and the philic means loving. Okay, as we know in previous classes, what are the lipophilic means? Water loving. Okay, liquid loving. They are also called as intrinsic colloid. If the dispersed phase interact to a great extent when the dispersion medium, then colloid is called lipophilic colloids. Example: starch, rubber, protein. Type 2 hydrophilic colloids, and the second one is lipophilic colloids. In hydrophilic, they are water loving, and in lipophilic, they are water hating, or we can say lipid loving. In hydrophilic colloid, if the dispersion medium is water, then they are called as hydrophilic colloids. For example, acacia